All right, how's that? Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me. Okay. Okay. So, there we are. Hello. Nice of everyone to join me. You got Josephine. Hello. Hello. And Peter. How you doing, man? Jeannie. Very good. All right. So, ask away. We've got anytime you want, any questions you want. I've been working on a few things here, and talking about actually been talking a lot about cold therapy recently. But like breathwork is another one that I like to emphasize for people as well, and along with diet. But let me just go close the door because we've got a lawnmower going. Give me a sec, guys. Okay, that might be better. Alrighty. So, how was everyone's day today? There's been a lot going on around the news and around the world, and a lot of people have seen that. I suppose we don't really need to talk about that too much, but let's talk about getting healthy and getting routines and getting fit and so on, or anything else you might want to talk about. You're welcome to join me. The link is up in the top of the chat there. I've been watching the meetup in the US. Oh, okay. Is it a good one? I suppose they have some pretty big events over there. There may be something happening in Brisbane this month, very soon, actually. So stay tuned for that, because I've got we may be having a pretty big visitor. I won't say too much because he hasn't really worked out his schedule just yet. Oh, at Kils's house. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Kils is a good guy. He's a very generous guy. Some other related fitness stuff, health stuff, fitness news, I guess. Some people sort of, let me see, bringing out some new. There was a new study done recently talking about some benefits of breath work, and which I'm sort of been writing on the Substack about recently. Hello, Josephine. Cool. Like some of the actually, I found a few studies that they've actually been using breath work now to. Buteyko has been doing this for many years now, using it for asthma sufferers. But in recent years, last few years, there's actually a couple of studies that came up that they're actually using breath work to help control epilepsy. Now, epilepsy is basically like an overfiring of different synapses in the brain, and sort of like you get too much electrical charge in one sort of certain area, and you get an epileptic fit and so on, and pass out and so on. But breathwork has shown to be able to regulate that, because the same as like we regulate our nervous system, we can consciously regulate our nervous system through breathwork. But I find it really interesting that they're actually starting to use it now to help control epilepsy. I think it's brilliant. I want to swim again. I had lungs back. Yeah, swimming is great, actually. Yeah, I've started doing some pool work again too. Part of getting into free diving, so I've had to do a lot of start doing more pool work, more pool training again. I haven't swum for a long time, actually. Not proper, like lap swimming sort of thing. um, since before I was diagnosed. So yeah, it's been a long time. But yeah, swimming is a great sport. I love swimming. I love being in the water. Actually, I prefer being in salt water, but pools next best thing, I guess. Um, but yeah, great for the lungs. Great, full body workout as well. You know, so I've been enjoying that. Actually, in the breathwork I've been doing in the pool has been fantastic. Actually, that um, I found that has really helped with my nervous system as well, because you have to train when you are doing, like, it's very different to do breath holds outside of the, like, dry training, like um, outside of the water. When you're in the water, you sort of get a bit more anxiety because you're underwater and it's a lot more difficult. You know that you can't breathe. Whereas when you're outside, you know that you can breathe if you need to anytime. So it's kind of more of a mental thing. Um, but it's really cool. It's very interesting to me anyway, and to be able to, you sort of get those CO2 contractions where you're like, you feel like you've got to breathe and you're sort of like choking, or you're not really choking, but you're kind of swallowing, like, yeah, sort of, I've got to breathe sort of thing. But you keep going, and you realize that you can actually get past that. It's kind of like hitting the wall when you're running. You sort of get to a certain point, but if you convince yourself to just keep going, you can, or you just find that you can do it. It's pretty interesting. You going to free dive to catch lobsters or see the reef? And actually, I hadn't really thought about fishing, the fishing part of it, actually, but actually, it's really just follow the rope and try and get as deep as possible. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going in. I mean, especially now, like, I'm only just started, so I'm not really interested in doing any sort of competition sort of stuff, like trying to get as deep as possible. But I do have certain goals I want to reach. So that's all it is really for me. But I used to go spearfishing and used to do stuff like that. Go fishing that way, like snorkeling and stuff like on the reef here in Australia. It was always good. Yeah, maybe I will do something like that later on. Actually, again, it'd be good. Yeah. But I was talking about the breath work as well. With the I find it very interesting that they're actually using it for epilepsy treatment as well now. Um, I don't think it's a standard of care like it should be, probably should be. But in these studies, at least, um, I think it's more than, all of them actually show signs of improving um, their nervous system, or the regulation, and the control over that they had over their epilepsy. So I think that was really interesting stuff. It's just amazing to me that there's so many different um, conditions or uses that breath work and obviously and ice baths have been able to help people with. And it's great to see that all this information is coming out finally, that we can because we honestly, like, it's amazing that we can self-heal, like Thomas Seeger was saying the other day, the body will heal itself if you give it the right stimulus, right? And I think it's just been incredible. It's been a great journey, actually, to find all this stuff. So yeah. So how does your weekend sort of shape up for all you guys? For me, I like to keep my same routine every day. At least the morning routine. Like, I still do the ice baths first thing in the morning. I like, for me, I think it's easier to do like make an everyday plan, rather than like 2 or 3 times a week. So I know I mean, depends on who you are, doesn't it? But for me, it's easier to keep track of my routine if I do it every single day rather than just, like 2 or 3 days a week. I think you get more benefit from the more with more consistency as well. So, of course, I like to do different things each day though. So, like, I'll do, even though the ice bath will be the same, sometimes my time limit will be different. And the same with, like, I'll always do breath work, but I'll use a lot of different techniques just to break up the boredom. Oh, good. You're having cooler showers. It's still summer. That's good. Uh, how did you go? Did you, I think it was yesterday, I think you were going to have a cold shower and go for a walk. How did that feel afterwards? Was it good? Um, I mean, that's all you need to do there too, Jenny. Just start with a cool shower. It doesn't have to be cold. You can still use a little bit of warm just to, you know, train yourself to cope, just one step at a time, just a little bit, just get it cooler and cooler and cooler until it goes straight cold. It doesn't have to be freezing. Annabella, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, nice of you to join us. You didn't walk because I caught the meter. Oh, okay. You got distracted. Yeah. This is why you got to do these things before you turn on the computer. Okay. Get up, have a shower, go for a walk. Yeah. Don't get distracted. You got to focus on your own health. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hello, Annabelle. Nice of you to join us. Yeah, it's it's about trying. The best way to start, like for me, to get myself into a routine, it's about eliminating distractions as well. Because it's very, I mean, especially when you have ADHD like I do, it's very easy to get distracted. So it's really important that I not just try and make a plan or make a routine and try and stick to it, but it's also about eliminating those distractions that take me away from that plan. So, I like to, I mean, first thing you get up, everyone likes to check, message or, social media and so on and so on. But that stuff can all wait. It's always going to be there. It's going to be there. You don't have to, even if you don't have to watch it live. You can watch it, the replay, for example, right? It's not going anywhere. So you don't have to panic about it. Just get on with what you need to do first. It doesn't always work for me either, though. Okay. It's a work in progress. I'm sleepy. I just wake up. Okay. Wow. It's oh, that's a long sleep. Fair enough. I do hot and cold showers. That's good. Yeah. I think as long as you finish with the cold, you're gonna feel really good. You're gonna feel much better, and it's much better for the health if you finish with the cold, rather than the hot. A warm shower is nice at night before you sleep. Okay. Not too hot, of course. I in summer, I don't mind having a cold shower even before bed, depending on the day, and depending on when my last training session was. But as long as you start the day with a cold shower, okay, or a cold finish shower, then you're going to be, you're feeling pretty good. I don't have ADHD, but I'm still shocked. Well, you may be surprised. Yeah. Yeah, hot and cold really moves the blood. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I am chicken. I love the hot. Yeah, we all do. We all love that hot water and a nice warm shower, and it feels nice and relaxing. Yeah, it's comfort, and that's the problem too as well. We get used to that comfort. It's easy to do. We love easy. We all do. I mean, I still love to have a hot shower, even though I like the ice as well. It's just something you need to sort of get in the habit of doing, doing both. And especially after a hot shower, you don't want to be, especially for hormone production, you want to be able to finish with the cold anyway. So just yeah, cool. Yeah. So I think that's the thing too, is routine when it comes to any kind of, when you do any kind of heat or cold therapy or breath work as well, or even diet or so on, everything comes down to timing, right? So to get your body working, like getting your hormones right, like right throughout the whole day, you need that hormetic stressor first thing in the morning, okay? And that will, I mean, hormone production is one of the biggest things, and one of the biggest hormones we're talking about here is testosterone, and of course nitric oxide, because both of them. I mean, nitric oxide is a fantastic antioxidant. Okay, it's a very powerful antioxidant, and then you've got, of course, like if you add breathing into it, you're going to be talking about CO2 and stuff as well. But as a vasodilator, nitric oxide in the cold bath, for example, being the vasodilator helps with circulation. It also stimulates your lymphatic system, of course. But testosterone is a very important hormone, and D3, like, or the full range of what they call vitamin D, released from cold therapy, and the activation of brown fat and mitochondria in the body, it's just going to set up your hormone production and recovery, and lower inflammation. It's going to revitalize your body, basically. And these are all incredibly important hormones and reactions that your body has to cold. And testosterone is just as important for women as it is for men. Okay. When it comes to, we're talking about like men, for example, like it's the combination of testosterone and nitric oxide that is vital as well. But when you're talking about everything from libido, both men and women, and like testosterone, it's more than just a sex hormone. It's more than just a sex drive thing as well. You're talking about blood cell production, okay, because testosterone stimulates your kidneys to produce more erythropoietin, okay, which stimulates the bone marrow to produce the blood cells, okay, including stem cells and white cells and so on for your immune system. And of course, the release of all your D hormones, okay, which means that it's going to be great for your immune system as well. So it's really that cold stimulation, especially first thing in the morning, that is going to set up all of your hormone and all of your processes in your body for the day, right? Which means that you get that hormetic stressor, so you get that cortisol spike, which is not a stress hormone. Okay, like cortisol is not a stress hormone. It is a response to stress. It is not a stress hormone. Now, chronic elevation of cortisol has detrimental effects, okay, but it's your body trying to handle these external stresses. But you need that cortisol spike first thing in the morning to wake you up, okay? It's your wake up hormone, all right? And if everything like that happens first thing in the morning, then the rest of the day, your body is now set up to produce the hormones that it needs to at every like during each time of the day. So later on in the afternoon, you start producing melatonin, so you can get sort of drowsy and tired and sleep at night, sort of thing. Okay. All of this is very important. Yeah. Let me see. Question. Yeah, the heat help. Yeah, the heat does help pain. Yeah, heat. Okay, heat does help pain because it helps with circulation, right? But so does cold because cold reduces inflammation, right? Whereas heat actually can increase the inflammation. So that's why it's good to have the combination, right? Um, especially like if it's like muscle tissue or anything like that, reducing that inflammation is very important. But and of course, stimulating all those processes like I was talking about, like the lymphatic system, for example. But yeah, I mean, heat is very useful, but it should be done before the cold, okay? For so that you can, because when you start off all these other processes, this is your recovery, yeah. So that's, I mean, it's, don't get me wrong, like I also like to do heat treatment as well. And you know, like a great way to do it would be like a red light sauna, for example. Or if you don't have that, like a hot shower is the next best thing, or a hot bath. um you know, all very good, all very useful tools. And you know, I still do that as well, you know, like having a hot shower and then you can jump on the ice, sort of thing. It's a great way to do it. The contrast is very good for you. Do you do affirmations, David? Yes, I do, actually. I need to get back into doing them. They've helped me a lot in the past. Yeah, I do affirmations. I do like to, I think self-talk is very important. Okay. Um, and I think most people these days, their self-talk is very negative. Like it's, you know, that's how you let doubt in. You know, self-doubt is a really big killer. You know, like the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning is to, you need to try and convince yourself, or remind yourself that you can do what you want to do, what it is that you want to do, right? So you know, I like, there's many different affirmations I like to use. I sort of cycle through. You know, like Joseph Murphy has some really good ones. Dr. Joseph Murphy has some good ones. People like Neville Goddard and many others, Florence Scovel Shinn, and you know, so many others as well. But basically, I think, you know, some of the best affirmations are very simple things, easy things for you to remember. Is like the first thing when you wake up. First thing I like to do is get my breathing right, and before you do any kind of affirmation work, you need to get yourself into that ventral vagal state. All right, so bring your nervous system down. Okay, so you're nice and calm. And all of these like affirmation gurus will tell you the same thing. Um, Very simply, just, you know, do some nice steady tidal breathing, or like cardiac coherent breathing, just nice and easy, steady, slow inhalations, exhalations through the nose. And just tell yourself things like, you know, today is going to be a great day. Today is, you know, I tell myself things like, I'm excited to do the things that I'm going to do today, and I can do these things because I know that, you know, each step gets me closer to my target, right? And things, just do things like that. Yeah, so I definitely use affirmations. Yeah, and before I sleep too is good. They help me sort of sleep a bit better. I had nearly a kilo of chuck steak yesterday. Wow, that's awesome. It had such great fat marbling in it. Yeah, chuck steak's fantastic. It's fantastic with that. I like, you got, you know, the meat with the marbling. You know, it's just, it's really good. Love that. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, yum. Yeah. Chuck steaks. Chuck steak's my favorite. It's the best. You know, when it comes to beef, anyway. So anyway, but I do like lamb very much, and some, you know, clean seafood as well. Hoping to fast for 2 days. Oh, that's good. Hmm. Um, to, I mean, fasting is great. Don't get me wrong. but you can improve those results with if you keep the same routine, like using breath work and cold therapy, or the hot and cold shower. You'll speed up at least 3 times. You'll get the same processes because they all complement each other, those three. Okay, they really do complement each other. So try and keep the same routine of fasting and breath work and cold therapy if you can. How about that stupid myth, too much testosterone equals masculine toxicity? Yeah, yeah, masculine toxicity. Yeah, yeah, it's masculinity that sort of built society, and that built everything actually. But I won't go too much into that. But toxic is absolute nonsense, isn't it? I mean, and you can see it like in movies for a long time. They keep blaming like, oh, too much testosterone, and all this other absolute nonsensical bullshit, basically. But it's the same as like CO2. Blaming CO2 for climate, the non-existing climate change, and so on. CO2 is a brilliant element or molecule that it's responsible for building the world, and for us as well. We would die without it. So it's the same thing, isn't it? The whole masculine toxicity bullshit. And if you have a look at most of the problems with the world, especially like leftards, for example, like most teachers in the world are female. So most households, well, at the moment, about 50% of households don't have a father. So the kids are usually raised by the mother. And depending on which society, like we're talking West or other cultures, it can be a lot worse than that. So, if anything, I think the biggest influence is more feminine, isn't it? So, and especially when you talk about the processed foods that are very high in soy, for example, and seed oils, and vegetarian diets and so on, which create soy boys, okay, with very low in testosterone. So it's really not a testosterone problem, is it? It's more like an estrogen toxicity. That's what I would say. Yeah. Aaron, how you doing? Good to see you. Nice to join. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Again, anyone who wants to join me today, the link is at the top there. You can come and have a chat. It's all good. I find I can fast easier if I eat beef. Yeah, for sure. Well, that's the thing. Like, I mean, beef, lamb, it doesn't matter really what you eat, but beef is very nice and heavy and full of, so many nutrients for your body that you can just eat until it's, until you feel like you don't need it, It's good. Booby goats. Laney, how you doing? Good to see you. How's those cold showers going? Hey, you still following up with breath work? George, how you doing, man? Just left the Kilts party. Okay, cool. Well, you're welcome to join this one if you want. I didn't realize Kilts was doing something today. Actually, I might have made it later, but I guess it's all good now. So, Hey, Paul, how you doing? Nice of you to join us. Appreciate it. Yeah, here we go. How you doing, Cynthia? I hate that David doesn't show up as on a live. Oh, well, I'm sorry about that. Yeah. I wouldn't have spent any time checking out the meetup. Well, I've only just started a little while ago, about 30 minutes ago. So, you haven't missed much. Yeah, I don't. I've had a lot of people tell me that actually no one gets any notifications from me too. So, yeah, that's where it goes. It's the way it goes on YouTube. Yeah. Oh my gosh, kids, that's all I'm saying. Howdy, beautiful Aaron Lings. Yep. Feel fine, just sound awful. Oh, okay. You had a bit of a cold by the sound of it. I hope you're feeling better. Where do you get red light sauna? Okay, well, it depends. I mean, they're actually getting quite cheap now. You can get portable ones now too for like a couple of $100. About $300 or $400, I think now, for about like just a portable red light sauna. And of course, you can get some really good ones for 4 or 5 thousand. Most gyms now have them as well. They use them. But check online, do a Google search. There's plenty of people selling them. You can buy them on eBay. Very cheap. So yeah. So Cynthia Lanning, you spotted it. She's yeah. Nice to have you on board, Lenny. Finally. Well, it's good she keeps an eye on for that. Yeah, thank you. I need to work on my self-doubt a bit still. Yeah, I mean, look, everyone has this battle, this internal battle, right? We all have these voices in our head that there's always that comfort voice, that easy voice, and that doubtful voice, right? This is another great reason for breath work and actually being active, or actually getting moving, because movement makes you feel more positive, right? You get more ketones to the brain and everything else. But everyone struggles with those voices every day. I still do. Like, I struggle with these voices every single day. Okay, it's about do I really want to do this today? Am I, do I want to commit to this? Do I want to do this? Can I do this and can I do that sort of thing? You just have to quiet those voices, and that's this is another great reason for breath work, and a lot of people use it for that reason. They get into that meditative state, and they use affirmations to quiet those voices of doubt. And we all grow up doing that. It's not really a matter of not having those voices. It's more a matter of just ignoring them and getting on with it, which is a difficult thing to do, I must admit. Yeah, I used to scream out, "I love life," every morning. Yeah, that's good. Then I would wait, say that I loved me. Well, that's a good one, Annabelle. Yeah, one of my favorite tunes to sometimes I use some good music to help me sort of get my day started. And one of my favorite songs is Louis Armstrong's "It's a Wonderful World." That sort of helps. Things like that can help. And let me see. Another good one is I can't think of his name, but "It's a Good Day." It's a good day, song. Things like that can really help you get on with your day. Just sort of wake up with a more positive sort of mood. But getting moving first thing is a great way to start. Yeah. Yeah, same here. I'm hearing. I do my affirmations while doing breathing exercises in there. Yep, that's a great way to do it, Cynthia. Very good. Yeah. Even if you just like if you have something playing and you're listening to these affirmations, that is a really good way to do it as well. So you concentrate on the breath, and you just concentrate on bringing down your into that ventral vagal state, and you're hearing that positive either music or affirmations, then that is going to keep you uplifted and get you into that positive mind state. So I used to like singing while cooking brekkie. Yeah, that's a good thing to do too. It makes you feel positive, doesn't it? Let me see. I eat shredded beef. Oh, that's nice. Oh. What seafood do you eat? Okay. Well, I don't actually eat that much here. That's why I will put a few drops of iodine in my water. But when I'm in Japan, I eat lots of red, fleshy, fatty meat. So tuna is really good raw. Okay, raw tuna, raw salmon. There's another one that's got, I think it's yellowtail, they call it. I think the English name is for it, yellowtail. There's another one called, the Japanese name is katsuo. I can't remember the English name for it though. But these are all really nice red, fatty meat fish that are really good, especially raw. Fantastic. That's about all, actually. I mean, there are great benefits to other things like oysters and so on, but honestly, I can't get my head around oysters. Okay. There used to be, oh, actually, there still is, in a town in Japan, near Sendai, where I used to live. There's a really nice big harbor. It's called Matsushima, and they have oyster farms there. They have a lot of oyster farms in the harbor and in the bay area. And they have an oyster festival every year, and they have like some really big ones. Like, it's really cool. But even then, like, I mean, they're fresh, straight out of the water. You can eat them, but I still can't get my head around that sort of stuff. I have tried like eel. Eel is not too bad. But when they cook eel in Japan, it's like it's usually covered in a lot of sauces and stuff like that too. So I tend to just stick to those main fish. Let me see. Plan on doing a 3-day dry fasting every month. Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, dry fasting is really good, very effective, get great benefits, and I think like actually a good person to talk to about fasting is Pim Jansen, Bart Kay's partner. She has a channel on YouTube talking about like food addiction. I think it is something like that. But I'll check that out. Actually, I'll put in the links later on. But yeah, she's really good about talking about fasting. Yeah. But again, like if any kind of fast that you do, you can speed up those same effects by keeping your routine of cold therapy and breath work. Breath work especially is very good while fasting, because it can also help to, because you can bring yourself down to that ventral vagus state. You can sort of control those hunger signals. Okay, so there's a group of people, they call themselves breatharians, right, where they just do breath work rather than eating, right, for very long periods. But you actually can control hunger signals when you do breath work, and it's very effective. Cold therapy is also very good, but the longer you do cold therapy, okay, like, or eat for each session, you only need to do like a few, like 3 to 5 minutes, honestly. I just find it very relaxing, so I do about 10 minutes, and I've been doing it a long time as well. But the longer you do it, the more sort of recovery you need for your mitochondria and so on. So I think it's a great combination, fasting and those three modalities. Very good. I've been making a lot of improvements there. Excellent. I need to do breath work. Yeah, that's great to hear, Annabelle. I mean, just take it one step at a time. Look, you don't have to do too much all at once. But yeah, breath work will help very much, and it certainly speed things up for you as well. If you think about all the metabolic processes that are going on through your body, okay, all the biochemistry sort of starts with the substrate and the oxygen and CO2 levels, right? And you can consciously control the oxygen and CO2 levels. I mean, the oxygen is always going to be the same. The oxygen is pretty much always going to be like minimum 95% of your blood's in your blood system, right? It's going to be, it's going to be oxygen. And it sort of ranges between 95 and 99%. The difference comes in the leveling, or controlling the levels of CO2. Okay, and that is also helped by fats, because you get a lot more fats from a lot more CO2 from fats than you do from carbohydrates or proteins. And of course breath work, controlling your breath, Yeah. Thank you so much for this super sticker. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Menno. Thank you. Thank you, Dave. Yeah. Well, women are awesome too. It's just that, you know, I hate this. This war of the sexes bullshit, right? Because the fact is we're a team that the species could not survive without either one. All right. Um, and there's whether people like it or not, there are different roles that either one can do better than the other one. Okay, we're not the same at all. We are, and that's the whole point of it. If we were the same, we couldn't procreate, we couldn't survive, we couldn't build things together. All right. So the whole thing is just absolute nonsense, and there's so much stupid bullshit in the world. It really is. Oh, that's good. I'm glad, Jeannie. I'm glad you get the notifications. Yeah, excellent cold showers. Loving it. Excellent. Followed by a little a little dance. Yeah, grounding and breath work. Feeling fabulous. That's fantastic, Laney. Yeah, I'm really glad that you got finally on board. Okay. I'm really glad that you're enjoying it though, because but you can't feel that good and it not be healthy, right? Yeah. And what have you got to lose? I mean, it costs nothing, doesn't it? This is the thing. We don't need to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to do these very simple lifestyle changes. Very simple. I'm thinking about doing live streams when I feel better. Oh, that's good, Annabelle. That would be great. Maybe I'll jump on and we'll have a chat sometime. I've got laryngitis. Not good. And also hosted my live stream this morning. Okay. I definitely lost my voice. Fair enough, Aaron. Yep, fair enough. So just take care of your voice, okay? Take care of yourself. I imagine screaming after 10 kids would be pretty difficult. Yeah. 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 No, good. Yeah, it is a wonderful song. It's a lineup. Perry Como, that was the one. Perry Como, It's a Wonderful Day. Okay. It's a Great Day. Yeah. It's a Good Day. It's a Good Day by Perry Como. Very good song. Great song to wake up to. And yeah, Louis Armstrong's one of my favorites, actually. Fantastic. He really nailed it, that song. It's a Wonderful World. Yeah, I play piano to work through negative feelings. That's a good idea. Yeah, it's very therapeutic playing music, I can hear old Louis Armstrong. Yeah. Yeah, salmon's great. Yeah, salmon's a great fish. Lots of omega-3s, very fatty. Yeah, I love good meaty fish. I hate it. I don't like crab and stuff because it's just too much work for very little reward. Very little meat. I actually developed a love of sardines. That is a huge shock. Wow. Yeah, I'm not big on them myself either. Never thought that would happen. Hey, Jonathan, good to see you, man. Having trouble sleeping? Thanks, man. There's Pim's link. Yeah, Radical Food Freedom. Yeah, she's the one that listened to about fasting. She knows all about fasting. She's very good at it, especially the dry fast. Yeah, and she's quite brilliant. So how is everyone? I was so busy, so I didn't get a chance to. Trying to get tore someone. Hey, I tore someone open in a new. Okay, they nearly injured me in the gym as well. Okay, fair enough, mate. Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be, dipshits in the gym in there, and yeah, sometimes you need to tear them a new one, just to wake them up a bit. Yeah, I've been very gentle in my approach. I'm trying to be balanced. Yeah, that's good, Annabelle. I mean, I always say, like, just take it easy, just do what you can, because I mean, what you can do will always grow as you keep going, so just keep it going. It's all about momentum. The more you do, so the more consistent you are, the more momentum you build. Okay. I managed 2 by 35-second breath holds. Excellent. Well done in my pool walks today. Excellent work, man. What is a good goal past goal post or frequency to commit? Okay. What is a good goal post or frequency to commit to this, in your opinion? Okay, so I do breath work every day, right? And I do apnea walking every day. So, and like when I do like specific apnea walking, I have like nose pinchers that I use underwater, and I'll wear them, and I just walk for as long as I can until I can feel I'm almost like I like to push myself a bit to the point where you can feel the sort of the gagging sort of reflex where you are trying to reach for oxygen sort of thing, because the CO2 level's going up. So I like to do those exercises at least, once a day. You probably don't need to do it every day, but because I mean, it's like everything else too. You need recovery from this as well, right? I think if you can, like a pretty average, if you can try and increase that, say you did 2 35-second holds, that's really good. So tomorrow or the next day, maybe try extending it out to say 37 seconds and then 40 seconds, right? Or even just go straight to 40 seconds. You'll be surprised. I guarantee you feel like you need that air at 35 seconds, but just hold on to it. It's a mental thing, right? It's anxiety that's getting in the way. It's actually holding you back from holding your breath longer. I mean, do it in a safe place where you're not going to, fall over or something like that. And actually, probably for you, you don't want to stress yourself too much either. Okay. These breath holds are good. You can also do it. You can do the same thing by continue to breathe, but breathe in as slowly as you can, and then pause at the top and release as slowly as you can. Okay. And that will give you the same effect. That will still build up the CO2 tolerance. And if you can continue to do that, you can extend that out by, say, so you might start at, say, 5 seconds in, then 5 seconds out, and then go to 6 seconds, 7 seconds, 8 seconds, 10, 15, and then 20 seconds maybe. Okay. That is going to build up that CO2 tolerance as well, but you are still breathing, so you can actually keep your anxiety levels low because you are still breathing. Okay. And that will also help to bring you down to the ventral vagal state. That will still help you to give you prolonged breath holds. Right. So if you do, you also do it easier if you do it first thing in the morning without any kind of warm up. So if you do, like, for example, when I do pool stuff, when I do the pool underwater breath hold, I don't bother warming up. I don't do any breath work beforehand. I just keep my breathing at a very slow, steady rate, like they call tidal breathing. And then when I do take one big deep breath in and then just do the pull, I don't even warm up beforehand, because you are much more comfortable and relaxed, and you have more energy when you do it without the warm up. Okay. So it's only on the days where I don't do pull work that I do the dry work on the outside. I do more heavy sort of breath work and that sort of thing. So I think, if you do just a little bit each day, okay, and like I said, just do really slow inhalation, exhalation, prolong the inhale and exhale. That will avoid any kind of anxiety, okay? And then eventually your breath holds will get longer, and you'll be, yeah, I think it would be a much easier way for you to start with anyway. So, thank you. Yeah, harmony is good. I never go into the gym. That's why I do this. Thanks, Dave. Hoping being chatterbox. Oh no, you're always good, Annabella. You're awesome. So it's all good. They usually pretend they can't hear me. Now they can't hear me. Fair enough, Aaron. Yeah. Well, when we were kids, we all did the same thing too, right? Just ignore them until they start screaming. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, I think for you, Jonathan, yeah, 2 holds is good. 2 holds is good. You usually do sets of and same as treating in the gym. Like if you were training someone in the gym, like you could do, if you put someone on like a straight set program of say 3 sets, right? You can do the same thing with your breath work. Okay. And then just sort of build it up from there. It's really that simple, honestly. It's just a matter of, keep trying it, keep doing it. Yeah. But again, to avoid the anxiety of it, of actually holding the breath, I would start with the very slow inhalations and extend them out for as long as you can. And like I've said before, try and use like the different parts of the body for the breathing. Like don't just do like lung breathing, for example, or diaphragm breathing, or belly breathing. You can, for very slow inhalation, you can fill up the belly first, then fill up the diaphragm, and then the lungs or the chest, and then slowly release it go from downwards. So you've gone up through or up from the belly, diaphragm, and chest, then go chest, diaphragm, and then belly to release. And that will alleviate the anxiety of holding the breath, but it'll still give you the CO2 tolerance. Okay. If you do want to do like apnea walking, you can just even doing household work, or doing the dishes, or doing the vacuum or anything like that, just start with a very relaxed, controlled breath, like just relaxed breathing, and then all of a sudden take a deep breath in and then hold it for as long as you can. Okay. And that will do the same thing. Okay. That's exactly what you do for like a free diving. All right. You're very relaxed breathing, and then all of a sudden take a deep breath in, and away you go. All right. And then that's exactly how you do apnea walking. But instead of doing the nose pinch, just hold your breath and get on with your household work. Okay. So even if you're just walking upstairs, or walking the dog, for example, like I said, doing the dishes, or even having a shower, okay, you can hold your breath and just practice that. You don't have to go for like a maximal breath hold, but there's something called what they call the BOLT score, right? The blood oxygen level test, right? And what you do is you do like just relaxed breathing again, then take a deep breath in and just pinch your nose. And the very first inclination of wanting to breathe, that is your BOLT score level test, right? So It's usually anywhere between 15 and 25 seconds. Over 25 is very good. Under 15 is extremely poor. Okay. So you can do it that way. And every time you do this, that first response, that first gag response to breathe is going to get longer and longer. Okay. So it's just like doing that. So I will, if I don't deliberately do, like consciously do my apnea walking, where you do what they call CO2 tables, but CO2 tables where they use for free diving, for example, is like it's just exactly the same as doing sets in the gym. So you might do, say, the first set of breath hold, then you'll have, say, 2 to 3 minute recovery. So it's just a matter of doing it in sets. It's exactly the same as going to the gym, but they call it CO2 tables. Just try and fancy name for it, but it's really just doing like one breath hold, one recovery, one breath hold, one recovery. So you can start with, say, you did 35 seconds. So do 35-second breath hold, say 2 to 3 minute recovery, do another set, recovery, reset, and so on. And just keep doing that. And you'll find that if you give yourself enough recovery, you're probably going to find that the second or third breath hold is actually going to be longer. Okay, because your lungs and everything, your breathing muscles, they all sort of warm up the same as every other muscle group, right? And then like the first or second set, the second set or third set is usually your strongest, right? So it's just exactly the same. Yeah. Would you eat an iguana if someone cooked it for you? Yeah, I'd give it a try. I'd definitely give it a try. I think someone like Rick, cooked it, like deep fried it or something like that. I'd have to at least give it a try. Yeah, but I mean, I haven't had much luck with reptile meat. I've tried crocodile before, and it kind of tastes like a bit of chicken that's been through the dishwasher, so it didn't taste very good. But it depends on how you cook it, isn't it? George is going for it tomorrow. Cold shower and then a shivery dance to Saturday Night Fever. Fair enough. Good luck with that, George. Yeah. George couldn't hear you. Okay. All right. I did try fasting for over 10 years ago. I got some bleeding. Okay, girly stuff. All right. So I thought dry fasting was too much for me. Excuse the thing. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, I mean, depends on where you're at. Like there's always, um, when it comes to fasting, you should really gauge on how you feel. Okay, if you feel like it's getting too much, then you should eat or drink. Get your electrolytes and so on and so on. I was watching the meetup, Dr. Kilt's on live stream for a good while today. I don't do well at gatherings like that. I'd rather be. Well, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. I'll have to check out Pim. Yeah, Pim's really good. I enjoy her. I did great for January fast, but February's fast ended with me getting a bug. Oh, okay. Upper airway. Yeah. My energy was awesome though. Well, that's good. It's good. Yeah, well, at least you had good energy, but yeah, not good that you got a bug. For I know I sort of harp on this a bit, but whenever I feel like I've got a bug coming on, like a cold or anything like that, breathwork is my first go-to. All right, especially the alternate nostril breathing. Okay, where you're breathing in through one nostril and then out the other, and then in and then out. Okay, that alternate nostril breathing, it frees up the nasal passages. Okay, so we can filter that air properly. And then I usually do tumo breathing, and then afterwards, honestly, like 20 minutes of breathing exercises, and my cold is gone. So I feel really good for the rest of the day. And you do that for a few days, and you recover very quickly. I only attend events for other people, to get my message across. I'm very introverted, so it's just my nature. Yeah, that's fair enough. Sometimes we do things for greater purposes. Yeah, exactly. You're right, Jonathan. It's very good. Yeah. No problem, my man. No problem at all. So, yeah. So I'm really sure that, like, actually, was talking about those studies I posted in Patreon, like the epilepsy, right? Um, and they're using like slow controlled breathing techniques that help sort of bring that sort of into that ventral vagal state. Because a lot of it is, like I keep saying, like it's 80% is all basically mental. It's anxiety that stops us from holding our breath for longer, right? Rather than physical. But of course, there is a physical aspect to it. But that just takes training. It just takes practice, just like everything else. So George is trying to back out of the cold shower now. Well, it's too late, George. Everyone knows. The world knows about it now. The world knows about it. So you've got no choice. Okay, you have to do it tomorrow. Okay, cold shower. You can't back out now. Laney's going to film it. Well, not the whole shower though, please. Okay, we don't want to see anything we don't want to see. All right. All right, just make sure he does it, Laney. All right. So I'll wait till he gets in and turn off the boiler. Yeah, very good. Yeah. Yeah. You got no choice now, mate. Okay. I like that he's I like that. Oh, okay. Hiss and slow exhale. You were talking about that. Yeah. Yeah, Cynthia, that's a good one. Because that hiss, I mean, putting your tongue to the back of your teeth and making that hiss sound is actually helping you to control the exhale. Okay. So because if you just did so if you just like take a deep breath in and just try to slowly breathe, let it out through the nose, it's much more difficult to control. So that's what the whole tongue and hiss thing is about. It's really just controlling that exhale. So poor George. Poor George, nothing. It's good for him. He needs the cold shower. All right. Yahoo! I'm stuck in my room. Yeah, stuck in my room. And she cooked mac and cheese. And great smell makes me feel always have same smell from 2 minute noodles. Yeah, those 2 minute noodles are disgusting smelling. Yeah, I don't like that mac and cheese smell either. Actually, it's just all these chemicals, Yeah, like that's one of the things. Like it's quite a big, quite very popular in Japan. Like those 2 minute sort of noodle sort of things. Convenience stores. They're sold everywhere, really. These ramen sort of things. But yeah, then these styrofoam tubs for one, and they pour this hot water and everything into it, and then you got all these chemicals swirling around. Then they're eating this stuff, and they, like everyone keeps saying, "Oh, Japan's a picture of health," sort of thing, but it's really not. They don't have the obesity problem that we have yet, but it is getting there. But they do have a lot of other health, problems in Japan. Like their cancer rate is very high, and climbing very fast, faster than the West actually. And diabetes, blood pressure, heart disease, and all very prevalent in Japan. So this whole BS about why Japanese are slim and videos like that just drive me nuts. People don't understand what's going on over there. So tired, not good. How's everyone doing? Oh, sorry to hear you're so tired, Josephine. Yeah. Maybe you need some relaxation exercise. Yeah, maybe some breathing and actually, no. I don't know what time it is over there in Josephine, but I mean, if you if you want some energy, you can do what is called priming. Okay, and I'm not talking about food. I'm talking about breath work. There's a what they call a priming exercise where you do this standing up and actually jumping, like doing a star jump, for example, or what they call jumping jacks in America. All right, and breathing very fast, and then take a breath hold. So you breathe like while you're active. Okay, so you're doing like jumping jacks, and you like do that for about a minute, and then taking a deep breath and hold your breath for as long as you can. And then when you can't hold it anymore, just relax the air out. Okay, and if you do that while jumping, that's called priming. It's actually the breathing technique is called it's kind of similar to what they call breath of fire, because you actually visualize like a fire in your belly. So like um, Tibetan monks actually use that type of breathing. They call it breath of fire to help warm their body in cold temperatures. But if you do this while jumping, okay, and get the whole body sort of active and circulating. Tony Robbins does this. Tony Robbins, he does like an ice bath, and then he does priming breath work, and that charges him up for the day. Right. So very good for energy. Very, very good. You're very welcome, Annabelle, always. What is Annabelle's YouTube channel? There we go. Annabelle, post your channel in the comments, mate. So Jeannie can check it out. I organize events, so I can't really claim to be shy. No, I don't think you're shy, actually, George. As long as people turn up, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy Jonathan comes to the next one. Yeah, okay, yeah. And it's his key speaker. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Jonathan's a great asset to have at like any kind of event like that. He's one of the best nutritionists in the world at the moment. So, yeah. Apart from that, like he's just got a great story too that would really help a lot of people, I think. So, sounds like an awesome day, George. Yep. Yeah, I would love to be there. Actually, it'd be cool. Yeah, I'll have to get over there one day and meet you guys if it's still England when I get there. Otherwise, I might have to, I don't know, grow my beard or something. Crazy world. I'm doing great. Just been good. Yeah, my energy has been through the roof. Excellent since last fasting. Oh, it's good to see you doing so well. I bought croissants, cupcakes, and coffee yesterday. What are you doing, Annabella? Eh? They were pajamas. Oh, okay. All right. Pajamas. All right. Fair enough. Okay, we've got Abs and Kilts too. Oh yeah, Abs is great too. Abs is such a nice guy. I mean, Kilts is a really nice guy too, but I really like Abs. And he's brilliant. One of the brilliant when it, especially the biochemistry that goes through. He's really smart guy. The best way to enjoy junky stuff, Annabelle. Yeah. Kind of makes you want to eat that stuff though. Sounds good. I was like that with my 6-day fast. Brain hurts from doing my my studies. Okay, fair enough. And tired, but feeling good. Okay, well that's good. It's a positive thing. It's all. Tired from doing things that you making progress is good. I think meetups are a good idea. Just need more little ones for people to help. Yeah, connect better. Like barbecues. Yeah, that's right. One day we'll get to meetups. Fingers crossed. Yeah, for sure. That'd be good. Yeah. Hello. My name is Conde Dingle and have I think you got cut off there. Well, it's nice of you to join me. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Sometimes I look at different animals and wonder what they Yeah, yeah. I wasn't like this before. Kind of. Yeah, like I used to wonder about that when I would, like when I was living in Japan. When I was first living in Japan, I used to wonder about going to aquariums. You know, because to me, it's like like my wife's she's Japanese and they eat absolutely anything. So I was kind of curious, like when they go to aquariums, do they like just wonder what these things are tasting like, or are they getting ready to eat them or what? you know. But yeah, you're right. You sort of look at these animals and you think, geez, I wonder what that tastes like. yeah, yeah, I know full carnivores in Queensland, but you're probably miles apart unless you're Northern Territory. Yeah, I mean, Queensland's pretty big. Like my brother, like he lives in Cairns, right? But that's at the top of or near the top of Queensland. That's about 2,000 kilometers from where I am. So there's a lot of distance in Queensland, even just that. So, I could try and convince George that Australia would be good for a holiday. Yeah, you should, Laney. Yeah, George, definitely good for a holiday, man. Yeah, nice and warm. It's very expensive though. Yeah, much more expensive than America. Yeah. Let's see. In the sunny Queensland, the only one close to me is that I know is DC. Oh, yep. And Dave Mack's parents live here. Kind of cool. Yeah, I think Dave Mack's parents live up near Bundaberg. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Brad's channel Terrorize on YouTube. Yeah, he's a nice guy too, Brad. Um, yeah, so you guys check him out. Yeah. no, we don't. or anything else, George. yeah, I don't remember what pasta smells like. Yeah, actually, thinking back, like I used to like Italian food and stuff like that. But of course, the crap sort of processed dried pasta that you get, from the supermarket and stuff like that, it just smells very floury. You know, yeah. A gross paste and a bell, yeah. QL, Cynthia, yeah. My daughter had one that had a heat block thing in it. Had one cup of tap water and it cooks it. Oh yeah, those instant noodle things are horrible. Yeah. What the hell? How is that good for your body? Yeah, exactly. I mean, these things are so toxic. It's absolutely crazy. Mm. Can't believe people think that stuff is actually, edible in any way. And why would, yeah. Would you say that priming breath hurt would increase CO2 or CO? Definitely. Well, the breath hold, okay, increases your CO2, right? Because you are, so you when you're doing the breath of fire, you're blowing off a lot of CO2. So actually, you are sort of raising your O2, right? Um, but then you get into the breath hold, okay, and then you bring your CO2 level up, and the longer you can hold it for, the you can increase your CO2 tolerance then from there. Okay, so it's exactly the same as doing like tumo breathing or with breath holds. Like Wim Hof method, for example. You do hyperventilation and an exhale breath hold. Okay, it's the same thing. So it's just a little bit different technique wise. Okay, but it's very good for energizing. Hmm. Especially the jumping part is also very, very, part of it as well, because the whole thing, the breath work and the jumping involved is you stimulating your lymphatic system and so on as well. My challenge and ability to be accountable. Yep. We've got mates down in South Australia. They're not carnivore. Then they're not mates, mate. There's something wrong with them if they're not carnivore. Yeah, I started filming what I eat in a day videos. Oh, cool. Yep, I just need to edit them. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Good on you. Good on you. Yeah, Annabella's a real sweetheart. Actually, she does a lot of good cooking videos. Actually, if people like recipes and stuff like that too. So yeah, it's all good. Okay, Josephine, take care. Have a great day or night wherever you are. I forget actually where you are. So yeah, I'm not sure what time zone you're in. Um, okay, Annabelle, you take care too. Have a great day. Okay. Let's see. Bye, everyone. Hey, Aaron, you're off too. Take care, mate. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Um, yeah, I thought, what does a wombat taste like? Oh my god! Well, I haven't gone that far. I haven't thought about that. I did eat a koala before, carnivore chocolate koala. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Um, as just to be clear, everyone, she's talking about chocolate, can't chocolate koalas, not real ones. Okay. Yeah, only the government's allowed to kill them. So yeah. Yeah, have a great weekend, Annabelle. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. Yeah. I saw a video short of a very adorable young bull scratching himself on a large brush in his corral. I'm glad I only have to buy the meat. Yeah, I eat. It would make me feel sad. Yeah, I agree. I mean, this is the thing, right? Um, you're supposed to feel bad about it because then you appreciate what it takes for you to stay alive, right? For you to be healthy and for you to be alive. That's how you appreciate that. So it's not that you're cruel or unkind or anything. It's like when you go hunting, for example, you're supposed to feel bad about it. It's not an enjoyable thing to kill this animal, but you do it. You appreciate what the animal does for you. For one, these animals like cows, for example, and all ruminant animals, they give us their environment. They create the topsoil. Their methane is part of the rain cycle. They give us rain as well. They give us everything. They control all the brush and everything like that. They also get rid of a lot of fire hazards and so on when you're talking about in the wild or on the farms and so on. They process stuff that we can't into into meat, into food that we can process. So this is what we need to appreciate them. We appreciate and give them a good life as well, but you're supposed to feel bad about it because so you do appreciate the fact that this animal died so that we can have a good, so that we can survive. You know, it's a good thing. You know? Yeah, appreciate the life cycle. Yeah. Oh lordy, it's nearly 1 a.m. Wow, it's getting late over there, mate. Yeah, I've got to be awake for grandma at 5 a.m. Good luck with that, mate. Good luck with that. Should be worried. I'm working in 3 time zones at the moment. Yeah, it's difficult. It's hard work bringing the international community together. Well, you're doing a good job, George. You're doing a good job, mate. But yeah, you got to make sure you take care of yourself as well. Yeah. Thank you for the excellent explanation on the meat side of that. Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, I'm sure you already knew it, but you know, yeah. You do a good job, George. Yeah, you do. Yeah, very much so. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the fact that we eat meat doesn't mean that we don't appreciate where it came from. Like so many people like to think that we don't, but um, I think we are far more in tune with nature than um, these other people would have us think or have you think. So and it's all very much part of it. And like again, all of these habits, these health habits that I talk about. I'm talking about diet and ice baths and breath work and grounding and sunlight. This is all our ancestral lifestyle, sort of just trying to mimic that lifestyle. Trying to eliminate the distractions and try to um, just focus on actually living your life as well. And none of it really costs much money. It doesn't. You don't have to spend a lot of money to be healthy. It is difficult at the moment. Don't get me wrong. Like inflation, the cost of food and cost of living is very expensive, especially here in Australia. But these health hacks, like I'm not trying to sell you an ice bath, for example, or I'm not trying to sell you any sort of gimmicky machine is going to help you do breath work easier. That doesn't exist. There are things that you can do, like hyperbaric chambers and like oxygen machines that they've actually been testing recently in recent years, for cancer patients, because they're getting more, cleaner oxygen, helping them to fight cancer and fight cancer cells and so on. But at the end of the day, even in these machines, these very expensive machines, you still need to have the correct breathing techniques and CO2 tolerance, because without the CO2, that oxygen is not going to get to the cells anyway, right? To reduce the reactive oxygen species that are creating oxidative stress in your mitochondria. So it's really about sticking to these habits, doing the work, practicing these habits day in and day out, because it's not something you can just do. Health is not about like a one-time goal where you don't go to the gym just once and get a perfect body and that's it for the rest of your life. It's not a one and done deal. Health is about healthy habits that you keep with you for life. Okay, it's about maintaining the ecosystem that is your body for the rest of your life. All right. So these are things that you just need to appreciate what was given to us already. It's all there. You don't need to. Don't need to go out of our way too much. My niece was a bit perturbed with me because I thought giving a prosthesis to an injured chicken. Prosthesis to an injured chicken was silly. Why? It's cute. I told her the poor thing was ready for axe and pot. Fair enough. She said I was heartless. Okay, fair enough. Ready for axe and pot. That sounds good. Yeah, why not? I mean, yeah. People, and this is the thing too, like people prolonging the life of an animal just to prolong their life is just, I mean, again, what kind of lifestyle does it really have? It's really a selfish reason. I think it's to make them feel good, not the other way around. It's the same. So many things like that. But we don't buy all the rubbish food we used to. That's good. No veg, no fruit, excellent. No crisps, yeah. No bread, etc. So one balances the other cost out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly right, Laney. It's like, even if it costs more money, even if it did cost more money for the carnivore diet, you're not. I mean, you're going to be much healthier. You're not going to be sort of relying on all that junk food for one, but you also eliminating medications and so on as well, treatments and so on. It's about investing in yourself anyway, isn't it? So the more you invest in yourself, the better your lifestyle is going to be. I forgot to tell you, Larry Carnival Soldier, has agreed to do a one-off for his 60th birthday in May. Oh, cool. Very good. I haven't seen him for a long time, actually. I was actually connected with him on Facebook, but Facebook deleted my account, so with no reason or any notice, actually. So, yeah, Larry's cool. Yeah, Carnival Sunday School, probably May 3rd. Oh, okay, cool. All right. I'll mark that down. Yeah, for sure. All right, let me know, George. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen that Sunday school stuff, but I think it's pretty early in the morning. So yeah. All right, guys. Well, yeah, I think we'll leave it there. It's about an hour and a half, and I hope you all have a great weekend. And I'm into my Saturday morning here, so yeah. If you have any last questions, fire away. Otherwise, we'll leave it there today, and we'll catch up again next week. Okay. So there's a lot of cool stuff going on at the moment. Abs is actually coming to Australia at the moment. He's actually on his way to Australia now. He's in New South Wales, I think. So you keep an eye out. Abs is going to be doing some other. No excuse. Sorry, lady. I'll keep talking if you want. I mean, geez, sort of running out of stuff to talk about though, unless you want to have a question, Yeah, someday if I ever get in better equipment, I may join. Yeah, for sure, Cynthia. Yeah, anyone's welcome. Always welcome to join us. Let's see. Well, what would you like to talk about then, lady? All right. It's a crazy world. We could get into the politics. Yeah. Actually, there's well, no, we're not going to get into that. Okay. Whereabouts in New South Wales is Abs going to be? I'm not sure, actually. He hasn't sent me his schedule just yet, but I think he's doing a farm. He's doing some visiting some farms. I think he's working on something for talking to farmers about cattle raising and so on. So yeah, could be that, I think. Oh, okay. Come on, Sunday school. Oh, okay. No problem. Well, yeah, sure. Okay. All right. Well, book me in for some time and just let me know when it's on, and I'll join you some morning. Okay. No problem at all. To see, are we up for Sunday live? Same as last week. Sunday live. Did we do one last week? Sunday? Oh, maybe. Yeah. No, I just got some stuff arrived. So, yeah, let me know if you guys want to join. Want me to join you on your Sunday school? I'll be happy to. And just let me know when it is. I'm not real sure when it goes on. So, just let me know what's going on, and yeah, I'll be happy to join you guys. Okay, so we'll leave it there, guys, and I hope you have a great weekend coming up for most of you, and we'll talk again next week. Thank you all very much for joining me. I really do appreciate it, and yeah, it makes it all worthwhile. So take care. Okay, take care, everyone.